Okay, I'm going to do a quick start here on the Datris platform just to get you up and running. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Docs menu item on the Datris.ai. That's going to bring you to all the documentation about the platform. And there's an installation here, installation setting. You can basically just clone the repository and set up your env file. It tells you basically you need to put in your Anthropic key or your OpenAI key in the environment, and then you do a Docker compose up. It comes right up, spins up the entire platform, and you're ready to go. Once it's up and running, you want to basically just run a little curl command on the API to determine if it is indeed running, and it is. We're on 1.6.2, we're running locally. And then you want to scroll down here to the bottom, almost. And these are all the UIs that the system uses to service. So the one you're most interested in at this point would be the platform UI, the Datris platform UI. So let's click on that. This gives you an overview of what the platform does. You can read about that or read it in the docs. What I'm going to do, just as a simple example, is I'm just going to create a pipeline and push data into the pipeline and then watch it basically go to its endpoint. So I'm going to create a pipeline. Now you can create a pipeline you can take a sample file to generate the schema and all the information about the data that's going to come into the pipeline. You can use a tap, which a tap is you're tapping a data source of some kind, maybe a database or maybe an API. We'll talk about that later. Or you can just enter the pipeline configuration manually. I'm going to use a file because it's much easier at this point. We've got in the Datris platform that you cloned, and there's a test data directory with some data in here, financial data. We have a holdings file in here with ticker and company. It's consumer discretionary holdings. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in here as to generate the schema identification and some other things. So once I run this, it detected two fields. It knows it's a CSV. Okay, put a name in here. Let's call it holdings pipeline. Next. It figured out that there's a common delimited. It's UTF-8 format. It figured out the schema. It's a very small file, so it's just a couple strings. This is all done with AI. There's a preprocessor. I'm going to skip that for now. We can talk about that later. You can do data quality on the data coming in, so you can run like data quality AI rules against it. You could, if it's some sort of file with pricing or whatever, you can say something like all price columns must be positive, not exceed $1 million volume. And so you can do all kinds of stuff, and you can fail that job if any of that fails. I'm not going to turn that on for now. We have AI transformation as well, where you can turn these on, or you can type in additional information. Maybe you want to transform two columns into something else. You can do that kind of thing too. I'm going to turn that off for now. You can change the destination schema if you want. I'm going to send this. We have different destinations in this configuration. You can set up your own configuration, but this configuration uses Postgres, Mongo, and a few other endpoints and a vector database. I'm going to push this data, since it's CSV, into Postgres. I'm going to put it in a table called holdings under the public schema. So next, it's going to generate my pipeline configuration, which I can look at or not. I'm going to create the pipeline. Now I've got a pipeline. It says uncatalogued because it's not part of a catalog, but we can change that later. But for now, I've got this pipeline that basically takes a CSV input, and it's going to go through the pipeline and end up in Postgres in that holdings table. So now I'm going to just push that same file in there. So I'm going to grab that file again with those tickers in there for those consumer discretionary holdings. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to upload that into the pipeline. So it's uploaded successfully. I can watch it go through the pipeline in the ingestion tab. It's already done, 0.54 seconds. And you click on that, you can see everything that happened to the file as it flowed through the pipeline. Just some detailed information. If there are any errors at all, it's going to have a full stack trace with the description, everything. But this one's fine. Now that the data's in there, you can basically search against it. Here's the table we ended putting it in, and I'm just going to execute. And this is just a simple ingestion of a file that had tickers and company names in it. Very simple. And that kind of gets you up and running. And we'll have some more videos with some greater detail coming. Thank you.